I think you know by now. You probably see it in the headline: Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race for 2024. He's not going to resign from the presidency here, so he'll serve out the last, what is it, 6 months? It's July here, so August, September, October, November, December, January, about 6 months or so. I want to jump on for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is obviously monumental news, and also it's one of those things where the news cycle is happening and changing so quickly. So one of the reasons, again, I'm talking right now is, so I came on, posted a video on the channel, and I basically gave my quick take, and I read the letter from Joe Biden, and I said that he did not endorse Kamala Harris. And sure enough, right as I'm doing that video and editing it, he does go ahead and endorse Kamala Harris. So Joe Biden's first letter was 12:46 Central Time. Okay, that's the letter that I read in my previous video. It's got 134 million views on X, by the way. So then he comes out. I know my lighting's not great here, by the way. I'm in the basement, but here's there's a nice picture of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So I'm going to read it for you. From Joe Biden. My fellow Democrats, I've decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president. And it's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this. That's from Twitter/X, 1:13 p.m. That's about an hour ago. And again, picture of Joe and Kamala walking there at the White House. So let's see. Guy Merritt jumps in and says, hey, man, hope you are well. I told my wife this whole mess was going to materialize Biden running and losing 3 years ago. This was always knuckleheaded. Ace says he needed to drop out, but I don't see anyone right now that could have beaten Trump. Hopefully that changes. I disagree with that. I think a pretty normal, rational ticket of 55 to 60-year-old ish Democrats do have a good chance of beating Trump. I'm not saying that they will. I'm saying that probably even money, I would think, if it's somebody like Gretchen Whitmer or Josh Shapiro, whoever it is. Guy Merritt says, Biden at this moment is a figurehead. He cannot be seriously involved in running the country. That's my opinion anyway. So I actually disagree with that also. And I understand the debate was just horrific, just awful for Joe Biden. I do think there's a difference, though, in serving out the last 6 months with his team as opposed to the next 4 years, right? And I get it. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I just think I'm okay with him saying he's not going to run, and him and Kamala and his cabinet can run the country for the next 6 months or so. That's not a big worry to me at all. The worry all along, which is why I said I wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden going back about 6 months or so. Ever since we started this podcast, everybody settled down, myself and Eric Messersmith, is I just couldn't look at a guy who's going to be 86 and seeing the decline we saw. And by the way, this was before the debate. I said I wasn't going to vote for Joe Biden before the debate. Now, I still think at the time he was probably the Democrats' best chance to win until the debate. And I think obviously everything changed at that debate. Let's see. Remixed says, can't wait to see the DNC shit show. Guy Merritt jumping back in. Just remember, rule of thumb, if you disagree with me, you're almost certainly wrong. Just kidding. I like it though. Hey, look, if you were right about all this, now's your time to jump on and brag. I get it. It's all good. Here's one thing I will say. I don't think this was a grand master plan. I really don't. Now, you can disagree with me, but kind of think back. I think the reason that Joe Biden changed his mind from being a bridge candidate, which he said he was going to be, to saying I'm going to run again, I think it all changed with the 2022 midterms when Joe Biden did really well. The red wave didn't happen, and Democrats probably said, "Hey, this guy has a pretty good chance to win." All along, I didn't want him to run past the first term. And anybody who says, "Oh, he was always like this," you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong. If you go back, and I'm not talking about 2016 Joe Biden, I'm talking about 2020 Joe Biden. If you go back and watch interviews and debates from 2020, it's nothing like the Joe Biden we're seeing right now. There has been a serious, huge decline in the last 2 years, whenever that started. It's been a very steep decline in mental acuity over the last 18 months, 2 years, whatever it's been, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse. And it culminated with the horrible debate performance. Just what was that? Was that about 3 weeks ago or so? Okay, Ace, do you think this will help RFK? I like RFK a lot. All right, I've said that the whole time. RFK also didn't get a chance in this election cycle. He got squeezed out. No real primary for the Democrats, and then obviously didn't get to debate. I said all along, if RFK had the chance to debate against Trump and Biden or whoever the hell it's going to be now for the Democrats, I thought RFK was going to get a big number, 10, 15, pushing that Ross Perot number, which was about 19%, I think, back in 1992. Look, RFK has not gotten that opportunity. He didn't get the chance to debate. He's been squeezed out. So I hate to say this because I know there's a lot of RFK people on this channel, a lot of support, but I just don't see him having a big impact anymore because of the fact that they're not letting him really have a shot like they did Ross Perot back in 92 and 96. Guy Merritt says, I like RFK. Ace says, and should the Democrat Party support RFK? I'm Republican, but not Trump Republican. What about also if Trump were to put RFK in his cabinet or running the National Institute of Health? You saw that phone call that leaked this past week or so with RFK talking to Trump. There's a lot of people where medical freedom is their number one issue. And if they thought RFK would be in a cabinet position or National Institute of Health running that, I think a lot of RFK people would jump to Trump, or maybe, hey, look, maybe the Democrats would give RFK a spot in their cabinet. Who knows? Who knows? So keep jumping in these comments, guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all in the comments. Get them going. We got a few people watching. We got a few people watching on the live stream. Let's just go through Twitter and see what folks are talking about here, because this is obviously the biggest story on earth. Check out the trends. Check out what's trending. Okay. United States trends. Here we go. I know my lighting's not great. United States trends. Kamala Harris, Mr. President. History, Democratic. Jover. It's over. Jover. Shapiro. And that's trending with Mark Kelly. So Josh Shapiro is the governor of Pennsylvania. Gretchen Whitmer is the, let's see here. Why is my phone doing that? Oh, that's my phone. My bad. Gretchen Whitmer is the governor of Michigan, a state I've lived in 3 times in my life. Also, I grew up like 500 yards from the Michigan line. Gretchen Whitmer was, I believe, my state house and state senator when I was in Lansing in 2006, 2007. I think she switched jobs from state rep to state senator back then. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Democracy, shams, Michelle Obama, Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly's Arizona, right? I believe. Let me just check that. Is he the astronaut from Arizona, senator? Let's see. 60 years old. Let's see. Mark Kelly, senator, former astronaut, and United States Navy captain. Junior U.S. senator from Arizona since 2020. So these are just people who are being discussed as possible folks on the ticket for the now stepping down Joe Biden. Although, again, he did endorse Kamala Harris. So I think what should happen is an open convention. I don't think this should automatically go to Kamala Harris. I'm not saying Kamala Harris won't be the nominee, but I think she needs to earn it. I think they need to have, basically, I know it's not a long time, but the next 4 weeks or so, you got to give these people a shot to kind of make their case. They could do all the interviews. They could have a debate. They could do town halls. Look, there wasn't a real primary. A lot of people were mad about that because they didn't want Joe Biden to run. And so give people what they want, even if it's for 4 weeks or so until the convention. in Chicago, which is in August, do a mini primary and let people kind of see these folks. Look, if you didn't like Kamala Harris, you didn't think she was good in 2020, you think she ran a bad campaign, let's see. What has she done over the last 3.5 years or so? Maybe she's better. Maybe she's not. But at least let people see that and choose for themselves. Kamala Harris equals identity politics, which loses. That's from Guy Merritt. Ace says 100. Let's see. I used to drive to Toledo to get drunk when I skipped school. I like that. Toledo, my hometown, a great place to grow up. I was just there last week. All right. We got some people watching. We got some folks watching. Not a ton. It's all good. It's my first time doing a live, and it's a Sunday. People are also just chilling today with their family. I'm watching. Let's see. Fox News headline: breaking news: Biden withdraws from race after facing intense pressure from within own party to exit. This will show you that this will prove to you guys that I don't watch cable news. I know that Fox is channel 360. CNN, I don't even know what channel it is because I also switched my TV. I thought it was 202. I did have an idea. I know ESPN is 206. Let's see what CNN is saying. So on Fox, McConnell cannot afford 4 more years of failure. Let's see here, folks. I'm trying to change my TV for you. I know this isn't good on YouTube. Ask me more questions, by the way. Here we go. Ask me more questions. Give me your takes on this. What do you think of this? So CNN, let's check out CNN's headline. Breaking news. Biden drops out of the race, endorses Kamala Harris to be nominee. And it looks like they got Van Jones, that Caitlin Collins, gentleman in the middle. I don't know who that is. Live on CNN, this is Jamal Simmons, political commentator. So we're going back and forth. That's what CNN has. We'll jump back to Fox. I also got to watch this NASCAR race in Indianapolis. Right, the Brickyard 400 is back on the oval. On Fox, Biden withdraws from race after facing intense pressure from within own party to exit. That's the breaking news headline on Fox News. All right. Pray for the Tigers. We're down by 1 run to the Blue Jays. My guy is talking about baseball. We're talking about politics here, buddy. It's all good. Let's see. Let's go through Twitter. I want to see what people are saying on Twitter. This is where we'll go to the For You tab, which is like the hellscape of Earth. Guy says, hate to say this, but Trump is right about the media being owned by the intelligence services and oligarchs. Yeah, oligarchs, the billionaire class, they're running a lot of stuff in the United States these days. And I'm not a big fan of cable news at all. I think the best way to go, and this is on YouTube right now that I'm talking to you, but YouTube podcast, watch long-form discussions and conversations. That's the best way to get news or to know what's going on and also hear different sides. Not little clipped 4 minutes, 30-second sound bites, but I'm talking about long podcasts where people can give you their full answers. That's what I prefer in terms of my media consumption. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. All right. I'm trying to see if I can find some folks. Sarah Longwell says Donald Trump is the oldest nominee for president in American history. So obviously now people are joking with Biden dropping out. They can try to play the age thing with Donald Trump. Although, let's be real, even though he is very old, much sharper than Joe Biden. Although you can make the case that Joe Biden was much sharper 4 years ago, and he's about the same age then as Trump is now. Nancy Mace, Congresswoman from South Carolina, says it doesn't matter who Democrats put up. They have misled, lied, and covered up Biden's cognitive decline for a long time now. Kamala was part of the cover-up. They all were along with their friends in the press. Hashtag Trump 2024. That's from Nancy Mace, Congresswoman from South Carolina, who's also very attractive. Anthony Scaramucci, remember him, the mooch? Trump ordering more depends right now. Ha ha ha. The prospect of him going to jail has just gotten real. I don't know about that, but the mooch is obviously very anti-Trump. Now he is. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, JoJo from Jersey. She's like a big Democrat Twitter person. If it's wrong to enjoy the F out of the collective panic taking hold of the Republican Party right now, I don't want to be right. How about from Donald Trump? Crooked Joe Biden So this is Donald J. Trump posts. So this is on X, but it's from his Truth Social deal, right? Crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve and never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't. And now, look what he's done to our country. With millions of people coming across our border, totally unchecked and unvetted, many from prisons, mental institutions, and record numbers of terrorists. We will suffer greatly because of his presidency, but we will remedy the damage he has done very quickly. Make America great again. That's Donald Trump from Truth Social at 2:29 Eastern Time. That was Donald Trump right there. Back to the chat. Guys, get your comments in. Charlie, do you think Kamala and Trump debate? I would think so, yes. I think whoever it is, and I don't want it to be Kamala, but whoever it is, I think will have a very good chance of winning. I'm not saying they'll be the favorite, but maybe, like if it's Kamala, could it be a 55% chance Trump wins, 45% Kamala? I think at that point, Trump has to debate Kamala, honestly. I think if it's somebody else, it's more like a 50-50 chance, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. I don't think people realize how unpopular both Trump and Biden were in this country with a lot of people in the middle. And I'm saying middle Democrats, middle Republicans, middle independents. Whoever said a while back, whoever drops their 80-year-old first wins, I kind of always agreed with that. So we'll see if that's the case. Okay, election betting odds. I think this is interesting right there. Chance of winning the presidency. Donald Trump, 61%. Kamala Harris, 30%. Gavin Newsom, 2.3%. Michelle Obama, 2.2%. RFK, 0.9%. Mayor Pete, 0.7%. Hillary, 0.6%. Is that Joe Biden still down there? 0.4%. And that was just updated. That was updated like 1 minute ago. And then let's go to election betting odds for the Democrat nominee. Okay. So 82.5% Democrats nominate Kamala. 4.6% they nominate Gavin Newsom. 4.3% Gretchen Whitmer. 3.6% Michelle Obama. Hillary, 2.4%. And then the list goes on and on. Do you think Michelle Obama even wants it? I feel like if she wanted it, she could have it, right? I don't think she actually wants it. I think people just like to talk about her wanting it. I still think of this list, Gretchen Whitmer is the best to win because she's the governor of Michigan. Put her with Josh Shapiro, and that's the ticket that wins. Because Democrats can win with just winning Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Eighth says, please no Hillary. I think a lot of people agree with you on that. Let's see. Guy says, if Biden had not been comatose, he could have attacked Trump on all kinds of things in that debate. I think the Dems are screwed myself. Yeah, I think anybody else who could form an articulate argument could have countered a lot of Trump's things in that debate. The problem was nobody really even focused on what Trump said because Biden was so horrible. And I get that. I couldn't focus on anything that was said in that debate after Biden essentially, shut down very early in that debate. And the second that happened, essentially Biden's candidacy was over. If you really think about it. I mean, it hung on for another what? Let's see, that was June 27th. So what's today? Today's the 21st. So dang. So June 27th was the debate. So that's 1, 2, 3, basically 3.5 weeks exactly. So the meltdown, Joe Biden's debate was June 27th, and it lasted, it took 3.5 weeks for him to officially announce he's stepping down. I also think this could have happened last week, early this past week. I think if Donald Trump is not shot, if you don't have that assassination attempt, I think there's a very good chance that this could have happened earlier last week. And also maybe the Democrats could have tried to steal some thunder from the RNC. But I think when you have something so crazy, so tragic, like Donald Trump being shot, I think everybody needed to just settle down. Everybody settle down, which is the title of this YouTube channel. And they needed to let things play out over this past week. And that's what Democrats did. So Ace says, yeah, he did look really old talking about Biden. Well, yes, he did. Guy says, going to go watch the game. Peace out. All right. See you, Guy. Let's go back to Twitter. I'm not going to go on super long on this. No offense. I appreciate all you guys being on. Oh, here's Persnickety. Why do you use betting odds? Just curious. Have they been accurate at predicting or just used to influence undecided? I think betting odds are more accurate than polling. I look at polling too, but here's the deal. The betting odds, the reason I use betting odds, Persnickety, and thank you, Persnickety. You comment a lot and I appreciate it. Betting odds are updated every minute. See the top of that? Updated every minute. That's why I think it's cool. The polling, like whatever polling I read right now, I'll go to Real Clear Politics right now. And I don't think this polling matters at all now because the huge news that just happened. So let's see here. I have a buddy calling me. So look, here's the Real Clear Politics average polling, okay? Okay, so it says what? Trump +3. Look at this polling. First of all, in my opinion, you can only look at the polling that's happened. Oh, look, my battery's low. You can only look at the polling that's happened since the assassination attempt in the RNC, because those were two huge things that are going to impact polling, obviously. So, okay, look at basically anything after what, the 13th, 14th. So Trump's ahead +2, +2, +4, +4, +5. You add that up, 4, 8, 12, 17. So Trump's up, what, 3 or 4 points, basically. Real Clear Politics average +3. What I'm saying is none of that matters now because of the huge news that Joe Biden is stepping down. And of course, I mean, obviously, look, this is Trump versus Biden. So it's now going to be Trump versus somebody, Kamala or somebody else. So just throw this polling out the window. Nothing matters now. None of this polling means anything except for when we actually know who the candidate's going to be, really. That's interesting. I guess you'd have to do polling of Trump versus just a generic Democrat nominee now, because I don't think we're going to know till the convention definitively of who the Democrat nominee is. Okay. I'm going to go back to Twitter. I'm going to wrap this up, folks, because it's all good. Hey, I really appreciate the 6 of you watching. I know this is trending so hard. I wasn't sure if this is a thing where everybody kind of jumps on. And look, everybody on Earth, by the way, is going live right now. Everybody on Earth is going live. So let me go through Twitter one more time and kind of read and see what I'm seeing, because the news is breaking constantly. Basically, to catch you up, Joe Biden is dropping out. In his first letter, he did not endorse anyone, but then he followed up with a tweet and said, I am endorsing Kamala Harris. So let's see what we got on the old Twitter tweets. And then I'll shut this baby down. Sarah Ewall Weiss, senior U.S. political reporter, says Democrats have raised more than $5 million in just over an hour with Biden's announcement that he's exiting the race. Let's see. A lot of jokes, a lot of good memes out there too. I guess, you know what? You have to at least enjoy the fun of this craziness. It's crazy. Craziest election cycle ever by far. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting that's being put out there. Let's see. Biden is going to be devastated when he hears about this. Ha ha ha. Clearly saying Biden doesn't know what's going on. Didn't even know that he's stepping down. I think you guys understood the joke there. Joe Walsh, political experts all along have completely underestimated the level of enthusiasm that a Kamala Harris candidacy will bring. We shall see. I don't know about that. We shall see. Crystal Ball. She's from the Breaking Points podcast. Very good show. All the Joe Biden is a great man bullshit is truly sickening. He dedicated himself to the mass slaughter of children in Gaza. And if there is a shred of justice in this world, that will be the remembered legacy of his administration. We should also not forget that Biden and his cronies perpetrated a mass cover-up of his precipitous decline. And this betrayal made it far more likely that Trump once again wins the presidency. His domestic policy achievements pale in comparison to these realities. Persnickety, thanks. Ace, thanks. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see if we got any more things going on. Breaking news. Let's see. Sarah Longwell again. The Democrats and Joe Biden did whatever Republicans and Donald Trump have never done. Put America first. The Biden-Trump rematch in 2028 will be epic. That's pretty funny right there from Davram. Okay, I'll shut her down. I think it's what should have happened. Joe Biden stepping down. I think it's the right thing to do for the party, for the country, whether you like Joe Biden or not. Having two better candidates in terms of, Trump versus whoever the Democrats run. I think whoever the Democrats run is going to be a better candidate than Joe Biden. I understand people don't like Joe Biden, but I do think you have to look at this as a guy who has always put, especially party, country above himself. Remember, in 2016, he's a pretty dang popular vice president for 8 years, and he steps aside and allows Hillary to run, which was a mistake. Almost every vice president is the person to jump up there and be the favorite. He steps aside for Hillary. That was a mistake. Comes back, 2020 wins. And then now, when it sure looks like he is not going to win, and look, clearly he was really pressured to do this. But in the end, I think he did the right thing. Instead of just guaranteeing a loss to Democrats, he's given them a shot now by stepping down and putting his ego aside, even if it took way too long. But he's stepping aside to hopefully give the Dems a better chance against Donald Trump. All right, I'm going to shut her down. Thanks for jumping on, guys. I appreciate it. Live stream. Go back. I did a video earlier as well. 27 minutes. I think that's long enough. We'll do some more of these if folks jump on. But I get it. Thank you to Ace, to Guy, to Remixed, to who else commented? Persnickety. I love saying that. Yeah, all you guys. Thanks for commenting. All right. I'll see you guys. Have a great Sunday. We'll jump on. We'll do a bunch of content this week. See you later.